Okay, well, welcome back to Live to Fish Outboard Repair. I'm working on the 402 Mercury, 40 horsepower, 1973. These are the parts that just came in. So up at the top, I've got the drain plugs and their O-rings. This is an O-ring for the water pump. This is mostly all water pump assembly, with the exception of the thermostat gasket, but this is the base plate, the 3 gaskets that go to the pump. I've got a shift shaft here that I had to purchase on eBay. The other one was pretty rusted, and I didn't want to take a chance on using it, so I just got another one. This one's pre-owned, but it's in clean, good condition. Also got a impeller. This is the new impeller for the pump. 4789983T is the impeller for this unit. I'm not going to go through all the numbers. They're here. They're listed. If they're not showing well, I'll try to make them visible. But we also have a grommet here for the water pump. This is the thermostat. This is the poppet valve, grommet, washer, and poppet itself. Down here we have the reversing cam, locking cam. That's what broke inside the unit when I was taking it apart. It was plastic, and they've upgraded it to a steel. This is the flush valve and its washer, so those two go together. The bushing, this bushing here with the seal inside, that's for the shift shaft, because the shift shaft, I believe, it just looked bad, so I'm going to replace it. In addition to that, I've got the prop shaft seal. This is the water seal, oil seal. I had if you remember, I had fishing line around it, and it looked like it was cut. Don't know if it leaks, but I ordered it just the same, just in case. And also the E-clips. It takes one E-clip on the shift shaft, goes in the notch. There's a notch on here, somewhere right here, I believe. That holds that in place. I've got to look a little bit closer. Oh no, wait. Oh yeah, it is there. It's right there. So there's a notch that actually holds that in place while you're, so it doesn't move. Anyway, this is everything we have, and we'll be installing that today. So stay tuned. All right, today we're going to put the water pump back on, seal it up, put it back together, check it for leaks. So we'll do a vacuum test. Hopefully, once the water pump is installed, make sure that the prop shaft seal isn't leaking, and the drive shaft seals, water pump seals aren't leaking either. But I'm gonna take a chance on that. I didn't buy seals for the water pump. I just bought gaskets, plates, and the base plate, the gaskets, and the impeller. So I'm gonna roll the dice. If I have to put seals on, I'll have to take it all apart again. So just got to clean up this gasket material on the base here. Just going down pretty well, of course. Wow, right here, many years. Yeah, it's not coming up easily. Nope. Something that would come up a little easier than it is. Maybe I'll put this on fast forward here. Okay, so far I've just got the gasket, the base plate gasket in, or the gasket that sits on the very bottom of the lower unit, then the plastic base that went on, another gasket, then the than the stainless steel plate, base plate. Now this is the upper housing, so this is going to have to go on next with the new impeller. So, and order key. Okay. Little piece here. Just put it there. Little grease on the inside of the. Not much, just a little bit to get it started. Okay. Okay, it goes all the way through, so it doesn't matter which side it goes on. There it goes, okay. Oh boy. Push that down with that. Oh, oh, yeah. All right. Okay. See if I can draw this out. I'm going to damage it. I'm sure there's a certain torque spec on this, but I'm just going to do it my tight and hope for the best. Let's see here. Make sure she's sealed up. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, a little harder than it used to be. That's all torqued down. Hopefully it's not impeding this. I can still turn it. Boy, it's probably supposed to be kind of tough to turn anyway. Okay. All right. Now I got to replace the shift shaft right here. You can see it's all rusted out. I mean, it probably would still work, but I don't feel comfortable with it. This is the old one, and this is the new one. Not sure what that has a steel washer on top of it. There was nothing in here. I'm wondering if that rubber, this rubber seal is supposed to go on top of this. Maybe like that. Doesn't really show in the diagram either. But it would kind of make more sense for it to go inside here as a seal. Yeah, I think that's where it's going to go. But it had some kind of a washer on top of it. Because that's certainly the seal on top there. Different design though. I think this had 2 seals in it. I can't see very well, but I think it's got 2 seals in it. This has only got 1. The old one had 2. And this is going to come down over this. I think I'm going to tape this. Let's see something now. Yeah. This tape is a little thick. Try it. E-clip. So that little rubber washer fits in there. It doesn't go on top, it goes underneath. This E-clip comes down here, probably secures all that in, and then it goes down in position. Like that. So that hides it in there, like that. So the trick is going to be getting this out of here without losing the cam down below. I'm hoping I can just switch it out, because I lost it before and I had to play around with it to get it back in here, but I did. Okay, so, okay. Okay, I think it's grabbing. That's a good thing. So now I've got to screw this bushing back into place. I know that requires some kind of special tool, but that special tool is going to be a screwdriver. Maybe even a pair of needle nose. Give this a try. This has got the thread down in there. I know you really can't see what I'm doing here because you're too low, but just using these channel lock and these needle nose to get down into those grooves to turn it. I think I'm going to need some longer handles, so longer extended needle nose. Maybe I can use these. Those fit nicely in there, actually. So we get to a certain spot. That blocks me. But because I know I'd have to knock that down here to get this back on. I'd have to push that down on the shaft and then put this back to make that work. And I think this is okay. This is a little, it's got a little dug into, but it's the inside looks okay. And that will join those two shafts together. But and this is called the reverse shift cam. So when you put it in reverse, I think it just cams along so that it latches that bracket so that when you're in reverse, it'll unlatch. I believe it'll unlatch it. And forward it unlatches so that it allows it, if it hits a stump, it'll lift up. But in reverse, I think it latches it back up so it doesn't break free. So anyway, I believe in forward gear, when it's in forward gear, it's supposed to be facing, this flat part's supposed to be facing the front, the bow of the boat. But I'm going to have to do a little more research before I assemble that. I've forgotten how that really goes, and it really was, I don't think it was really right to begin with. But anyway, we'll move on to see if we can set up our pressure tests. And where are my holes at? Fix it on the other side. Okay. Yeah, there's my drain plug, my vent plug, and my drain is right there. Okay. Let me see something here. I want to make sure this is shifting. Okay, so that's still in forward gear. So if this turns, which it's still forward. Let me see if I can get some pliers on that, or no. So I'll make sure this is shifting. Okay. Okay, that's reverse. And that's what it's supposed to do. So, but now I'm back and forward. Okay. And that's reverse. Where's neutral? Neutral. Okay, that's reverse. Where's neutral? Ah, well, that's back and forward. Forward gear. Where's neutral? That's very strange. That's reverse. I can't seem to find neutral. Forward, neutral. Forward and reverse, but no neutral. Odd. That's reverse. That's in reverse. There's neutral. Okay. Neutral. Beautiful. Okay. Now I just got to find out where this is supposed to be in neutral. Maybe here? I'm not sure. Once I find out, I'll know. I'll research that a little bit. Look in the manual. But, all right. At least I found neutral gear. Brand new screw. And washer, so that's good. Yeah, it helps when you put those in. Alright, let's see what happens now. Oh, well, it is going. Yeah, okay, there we go. That's vacuum. You can see that. About minus 11 mercury, and she seems to be holding. It's dropping slightly. Maybe at 9. Pull it back down. All right, minus 12, and now it seems to be holding. we'll exercise the shaft. See if anything happens. Drive shaft exercised. No, minus 12. No difference. Okay, so I think that's good. Now we'll go pressure. We got about 11 pounds so far. There's 13, and it's stable. I got 15 pounds in it, and it's holding. Some soapy water. I don't see anything happening when I turn the shaft. No bubbles. Yeah, it's good. Seals are good. Don't see anything leaking. Okay, I found out what my problem was. It really wasn't the seals that were leaking. It was this fitting right here. So I had to put a clamp on it. Now usually these barbed clamps, or these fittings are airtight, but it was bubbling out of there. So I ended up sealing that up, and it's been at about 12 pounds of pressure for, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes. So I'm gonna let that stay there overnight and just see what happens. I'll come back in the morning and see what happens. So stay tuned. So it looks good to me. I'm hoping that this is good. The seals inside are good. The new water pump's installed. New shift shaft is installed. Just got to get. I got to get this. What do you call this? Cam assembly put back in, and then I can. This cam's got to go in. And from what I've researched and read a little bit now, this cam has got to. It's got to be in reverse gear, and then this cam has got to be on this side, kind of in this position on the shift shaft. That goes actually inside the other leg of the lower unit. This doohickey here, this thing is, I believe, fits in between these two grooves. Like that, and then this comes down, this cam comes down over top of that. But like I say, I've got to get this geared in reverse. Right now it's in forward gear, but it's going to be sitting something like that, I believe. So once I reorientate that, it should fall into place. So, all right. Well, we'll do that tomorrow, and we'll pick up later. So stay tuned. Okay, so it's been at least an hour, and it's at 12 pounds. So I don't see any issue here. This is not budged at all. So these seals are in good shape. Even when I exercise and turn the drive shaft, I don't see it moving. You can see the drive shaft moving, but the pounds still have not dropped. So, you know, and that's the propeller shaft turning as well. So all those seals are being exercised, and I haven't lost 1 pound of pressure. So I'm happy with that. Okay, it looks like I'm at about 15 pounds of mercury here. So I'll come back, oh, I don't know, maybe a half an hour, see if it holds. Hopefully it will. Okay, so it's been at least an hour, and it's right at that 15, almost just, maybe just 16 pounds, and hasn't budged. And I've cycled the drive shaft, and it hasn't moved at all. So I'm happy with the vacuum test. It passes. So this unit's ready to be installed into our 40 horse over here. I've got it set up. Now, inside here, this is that plate. And in here is the drive shaft, or a shift shaft, sorry. This is the actuator that it'll hit that cam on the lower unit. As you shift it, this will be locking it into reverse on this little lock feature here. As that pushes in, you can see that actuate. So that locks that in or unlocks it depending on what gear it's in. And that's what that cam is for. This cam right here. So that cam, as that shifts, it's got this slope here. And as that shifts into forward and reverse, right now it's in reverse, so it should be pressing up on it. So as that shifts, that'll come slide down into here. That little pin that you saw, that little shaft, will slide down here and deactivate that locking mechanism on the, and that's all that's for. So if you hit something, a stump or something in the water, that's what that's supposed to keep you from damaging your outdrive. So, all right, well, next we'll be installing it into the motor, and maybe we can get it running. All right, before I can put that in though, I still got to do some work on the lower unit here. Reinstall the ring, the ring that secures it. I took this out thinking I was going to have to pull that out because I thought this prop shaft seal was bad, but it's not. So I'm just going to reinsert this. And I believe it went in with the tabs on the back side, back in there too. And it's got that must have slipped out too. This has got a pointer that goes here, like this. So that slips in the back. I'm glad I checked that. Hopefully it slipped out of there. Let's see here. It came out easier than it went in. There she goes. I think this is just cast iron, so you gotta be careful with it. Don't be steel. Some of the door models get plastic even. Good to go. I think those tabs are supposed to jump down inside that. There's little tabs that come down in between these this castle nut. She's still moving. Almost there. I'm going to call that tight, and I'm going to knock down one of these tabs. You can see it. I hope you can. You see in there, but it is difficult. There's tabs in here that have to, as this castle nut gets spun around, these there's little tabs that come down for the castle nut to hit it. Okay. Yeah, just gotta bend them down. And that means it won't go anywhere, so, okay. That's what I was after. Now, I'm gonna put my vent tubes, or my vent shields back in. These, I had to take these out because I found some of the rubber particles from the impeller were down in here. Sure what the purpose of a washer would be. Screwdriver. Maybe those go to something else. So, okay. Didn't really need the tape as it was. Let's see now. I believe that's for the prop, in front of the prop. And this one goes back here. Yeah, that's the thrust filter, so. Okay. All right, I'm gonna clean this up a little bit on the prop shaft, and I'll go from there. That's about as good as I'm going to get it. And I'll spray it down with a little bit of brake cleaner just to get it clean. And clean as I can anyway. That rust, there's some rust on that prop shaft, but there ain't no way I'm going to spend that much time getting all that off of there. Just grease it up and send it as good as I can get it. I can't stop neglect that happened before me. That'll breathe new life into it. So, stay put for a second. Yeah, it looks like that exhaust plate is just binding on me. Wants to slip. That should go up. Should go up. Could be that shift shaft is not completely in there either. Okay. I need this other clamp, so. Okay, so right now it's in neutral. Got the lower unit all back together. Just making sure that the key works, which it does. Choke works, you can hear that. So the lower unit's together, no leaks. It shifts into forward and reverse. So there's forward gear. I just shifted it into forward and it locks. There's neutral and it spins freely. And there's reverse and it locks. So I'm all set.